must be kids, but we have something important to say. So please, listen up. Over the past 10 years, us humans have produced more plastic than during the past century. Around 60% of this is single-use, used once and then thrown away. And about a truck's worth of plastic enters the world's oceans every single minute.
And here's a fact of our own. Over the past 2 years, we've been picking up plastic litter. More specifically, the big 4 plastic polluters. That's single-use cups and lids, straws, bottles, and bags. To date, we've collected over 50,000 pieces of single-use plastic.
Well, 56,676 to be precise. We started picking up plastic litter while we were studying the UN's Global Goals for Sustainable Development. They're 17 world goals backed by almost 200 world leaders that aim to tackle major worldwide issues, one of which is plastic pollution.
The global goals aren't just the responsibility of the leaders, though. No, the UN makes it clear that everyone needs to take action to help solve these global problems. So, Ella and I decided we wanted to do something to help tackle plastic pollution.
We founded a campaign, Kids Against Plastic.
It's a youth social action project designed to have a positive impact on what we consider to be one of the most significant environmental threats facing our planet. It has 3 main aims.
You see, we don't want to look back in years to come and think, we knew about this problem, but we didn't do enough about it.
Of course, we're not the only ones concerned about this. We're part of a whole range of people tackling this problem.
Yeah, we're following in the footsteps of some incredible individuals and organizations, all of whom share our passion and keep us optimistic and hopeful.
For us, it's so important to recognize that there is hope, because hope is a powerful force. And that's why we don't aim to fill you all with doom and gloom, but to help you all realize that you can be part of this hope, that you can go away and make a positive difference.
But making a difference doesn't necessarily mean doing something radical or drastic, though. You don't have to take a huge leap and found a campaign like we did.
No, just some small changes in your everyday life will have a large positive impact, more so than you might imagine.
So we're encouraging you to become plastic clever, which effectively means becoming a more discerning or smarter user of certain plastic products and different types of plastic. So how can you become plastic clever?
Quit using the big 4 plastic polluters. These are items that we tend to use every day, often without thought, and yet these one-use convenience plastics are hugely damaging our environment. They're unnecessary and actually quite simple to avoid.
Instead, all you have to do is carry reusable alternatives with you. Fill up a reusable bottle instead of buying plastic bottles.
Use your own reusable mug instead of the single-use ones coffee shops provide.
Always carry a bag for life, and if you need a straw, get a reusable one.
But we also want to encourage plastic clever action on a much wider scale.
In the summer of 2017, we travelled around Britain with a group of female sailors that are carrying out groundbreaking research into how the toxins in microplastics can affect our bodies. During the trip, we spoke to cafe managers in the towns and cities we visited about how to become more plastic clever. We found it quite easy to spread the plastic clever mindset. After all, we all know it makes sense.
We made our local high street plastic clever, meaning that almost all of the cafes in our high street are now reducing their use of the big 4 and encouraging their customers to use reusables instead.
We've recently got schools, businesses, guide groups, and even our local council fully on board and committed to becoming more responsible with their use of plastics. They now all encourage the use of reusable alternatives and are drastically reducing the amount of plastics they use. Yay!
Now this is all well and good, but there is an obvious limit to what 2 regular kids like us can achieve. We do get quite busy, you know.
So here is our big vision, one that we hope you can share with us.
We don't just want you to become plastic clever as an individual. we also want you to encourage the cafes you know, your employers and schools to become more smarter users of plastic, to make your local streets and neighbourhoods plastic clever.
And when you've done that, make your local council and then county plastic clever. In time, we hope to make the UK a plastic clever nation.
Remember, this is everybody's issue, and so it's up to all of us to help fix it. And if there are any young people in the audience, or any you might know, that are keen to use their energies to bring about change, then we are ready to welcome you onto the Kids Against Plastic team.
You can be any age to do this. A brilliant 6-year-old called Ella, great name by the way, who lives in Salcombe, has persuaded many local cafes and businesses in the area to become more plastic clever. You too can make a positive impact like this.
Listen up, kids. We all have a huge potential. If we say the right things, we can have the loudest voices. We are the future, but we are also the present. If we want change to happen, we have to be brave enough to make it happen.
And of course, adults, we can't do any of this without your support. Please get involved and do your bit.
So can 2 kids campaigning against plastic pollution make a difference? We really hope so.